once we bury them, inshallah, then we'll go ahead and open for the sisters. Please go back, sisters. Please. Inshallah. We're delaying the process. Sisters, please go back. Sisters, please go back, inshallah. Let your fathers bury your sisters before you, inshallah. You guys are going to go afterwards. Ameen, inshallah. Please, inshallah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I know you might think this is in Mogadishu because you're seeing a bunch of Somalians together. I will tell you, no, this is America. And Minneapolis, oh, so many difficult names. But other than that, they might get a new mayor.
We heard them being called terrorists. We heard them being called drug dealers. We heard a lot of insults. We heard that they're a threat to our national security. And that's a flat-out lie. You want to know who the real threat is, Madam President? I'll give you a hint. They don't look like our chief author. They don't look like the folks up in the gallery. They don't look like the folks on the rotunda. They look like many of the members that sit in the front. And you don't have to take my word for it. According to DHS, Madam President, the greatest domestic threat facing the United States comes from, quote, racially or ethnically motivated violent extremists, specifically those who advocate for the superiority of the white race, not our immigrants. We are safer and we're better off because of them.
So this is Omar Fateh, and he is running to be the next mayor in Minneapolis. I really don't care what it is. Unless you don't want to work, but you want somebody else to work to get taxed, and even more because you think there's enough money to tax them so the other people can stay at home comfortably getting some money and maintain their culture. The moment you think that's okay, and the moment you say the threat to democracy is extremism,
let us investigate.
That actually means white supremacy, left-wing extremism, anti-government militants, and a bunch of stuff more, but not white people. But you said somebody in the front row is responsible, and usually that ain't black people.
Everyone keeps asking me, Omar, why aren't you doing more videos? As a state senator with a second full-time job and a kid on the way, I just haven't been able to find the time. I've also been fighting for you, passing things like tuition-free college for working-class families, rideshare protections for our Uber and Lyft drivers, and the legalization of fentanyl testing strips. But this summer, you're going to be seeing a lot more of me, because we deserve nice things in Minneapolis too. To make an affordable Minneapolis that works for everyone, we need a mayor that works as hard as you do. I'm ready to work hard to 1. Build a Minneapolis that working people can afford to call home. 2. Protect our city from a hostile White House. And 3. Diversify our city's public safety response. By increasing the minimum wage to $20 by 2028 and passing rent stabilization to stop price gouging and incentivizing new construction, we can protect workers. Protecting all of our communities from Donald Trump means not letting MPD interact with ICE, whether it's for an immigration raid or not. Our residents deserve a mayor that will stand up to Donald Trump and say, no, not in our community.
I think what he's saying is very honorable, and I think you should do that in your own community with the own money that you're earning. But the moment somebody else needs to help you maintain a community that you couldn't even maintain in the country where you're coming from, why should somebody else do it for you? It's not that I don't want to be empathetic, but I don't think I should give you my money to show to you that I'm empathetic enough to understand how you want to live. And some people post, we need to pass the law that only American born can serve in the government. This is getting out of control. Bam! Just a little ChatGPT and you will find out he was actually born in America. So don't do that. That might call you a xenophobe. And he likes America, but maybe he likes Somalia a little more too. That's it.
We should make dua for him and pray for him. I understand that our Somali communities are all connected to each other here in Minnesota and back home, and I ask for your support. There's always been a link between our community here as well as back home, and I'm running to bridge that gap and unite all of us and represent all of us, because when we succeed here, we succeed everywhere. And I'm hoping to do that just like Abdurazak, inshallah.
You know why it's hard for me to understand? I'm from Curacao and we go to study in Holland if we get a scholarship. And I did that. And I did it without any help. I got the scholarship, but I had to pay it back because I proved to the Dutch people I studied. So, hey, give me the points and I reached it. What I find odd, I've never met a person from Curacao that is born in Holland is advocating, I want to create a community over here so we can feel comfortable. And then we need to build the bridge to Curacao.
Why?
I don't understand that. It just shows to me that you don't want to integrate as much as I thought.
Investing in increasing affordable housing and not gentrifying our neighborhoods. These are all things that are causing harm to our community because of this idea that there isn't money, when in reality, we do have this money to spend on this. It's just that we're choosing not to. It's not a value of ours. So right now we're blessed to have 3 Somali elected officials at the Capitol. Me, Sister Hodan Hassan, who's in the State House, and Brother Mahmoud Noor. And we work very closely together. And we carry each other's bills. So the way it works is if there's a bill in the House, it needs an identical bill to be carried in the Senate for it to be negotiated and to pass in the committees and then go on for the floor session and then go on to the governor's signature. So we're able to pass our bills back and forth that'll help benefit our communities.
And even if there is enough money, hey man, that's a good strategy. Put more people that think like me to vote for me for my community. But if you're not helping the community integrate, it's really hard for me to identify with your cause. Because the moment somebody doesn't want to integrate with you and focus more on their style, you're going to call them xenophobe.
The goal of this bill is to make sure that our students are able to focus solely on being a student. For far too long, we've had higher ed budgets that is not centered around the student needs. And when it's not centered around student needs, the schools fail. And when schools fail, our communities fail. And when our communities fail, our state fails. And I've spoken to my members, both on the Democratic side and the Republican side, saying that their districts that they represent, community members make well below $80,000. Whether it's in Moorhead or Bemidji, this will help a lot of families. Not only was school not affordable, it was simply not an option for students. It was not an option for our working class families. And we're making a promise to them that if they work hard, that we're going to cover your tuition, and we're going to go beyond that. We're going to have a Pell Match. But with the Pell Match, it will address housing, it'll address transportation, it'll address the full needs. I truly, truly believe that this is the most transformational and impactful higher education budget in our nation.
And I think you're going to be shocked because there's one thing I agree with him. It shouldn't be not an option. But at the same time, if you work hard,
Making a promise to them that if they work hard, that we're going to cover your tuition.
we will help you pay the school because we can tax everybody together. So I think if you can prove to the government that you're working hard, hey, maybe we should consider in helping you. That would be nice.
And we're going to go beyond that. We're going to have a Pell Match. But with the Pell Match, it will address housing.
Wait a minute.
And then suddenly people disagree with you because it's not that they want to give you not a finger, but you're already removing the arm before they gave you 2. I just wish the system was kind of reasonable and people can be a little more accountable. Just like they told my father, if you work hard, we will give your son money. So your son can go to school, finish the school, and when he's done, you can pay the loan slowly back. And if you don't pay the loan slowly back, son, we are gonna charge your father. A system of consequence. That is the only system that I would approve of.
Don't get me wrong, makosa kita bong. Put the fire na mi blonde kush hash purple skunk criollo colombici jam jam. Turloqueta verdeta welcome.